My name is Dr. Fromovich Ophir. I'm the inventor of Nobel Active. Some people call me Nobel Active, and I don't know what to do if I go to left or right. But my practice is in Tel Aviv. I'm a clinician. I was placing for the last 25 years a lot of implant. I think, if I remember, more than 60,000, 60000. I'm doing surgery, I'm doing prosthetic. I teach a lot of people. I was designing in my life many types of implant, more than 20 types of implant, and I think more than 1,000 types of abutments. And now I'm going and lecturing for Nobel Active worldwide and developing for Nobel BioCare, the Nobel Active line, and other project. And normally I'm flying, lecturing, teaching people, doing life surgery in Tel Aviv. We have a nice place in my clinic that we have a glass ceiling and nice place for the doctor to sit, and we're doing a lot of courses for life surgery, so difficult cases, nice cases by using Nobel Active implant. Nobel Active, as you know, as I told you before, was not the first implant, yes? So for the last 25 years, this was part of my job to design implant and abutment education. So I would design many types of implants. So in the beginning, I was starting like clone, like the Brennemark external legs, or the normal thread of Brennemark and the external legs, internal legs. So in the beginning, I was doing clone. And with the experience that I get in my practice, with a lot of remark from doctor that was giving advice and this, I will start doing different types of implant, I will start with a conical implant with the thread of the Brennemark thread design with the internal legs. And then later on, I will come to the idea of the Nobel Active with the big design of the implant. And luckily, I have the facility to do this design. I have the machinery, I have the engineering, I have the regulations, so I have everything under my hand. So it was easy for me to go into the factory, sometime 3, 4 o'clock in the night, sitting on the machine, doing the prototype that I want. And the next morning, we put it to the clean room, clean it, and I can try, to put it in bone to see whatever it's happened. So this was luckily for me to do it. And all the time when I was young, I was breaking, the clock, that you have the clock that do ding, 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 ding. I broke it. I didn't know how to put it back, but I tried to open it. Or I built so many things, so I really like to work with the hands and to develop ideas is exciting me, and I'm really happy to do this. So I'm really happy to design implant, to investigate, to ask all the time, why? Not only why of the mechanical design, what happened with the bone, what happened with the gingiva, why God created it this way, and what we need to do to solve it. One of this is Nobel Active, because this implant was designed based on biological behavior. Because I see that all the time we have resorption of bone, that we don't have the good stability, and people say in the beginning, oh, you don't have to expand the stress, more than 40 newtons, 30 newtons. I say, why? And then I look at the design of the implant and I see that all of them giving the stress of more than 40 newton on the upper crestal when you have the resorption. And then I say, no, I have to make a very different thread design that will condense and take all the load down, not on the upper part. So by asking question, even my father and my mother said that when I was a naughty kid, ask all the time question. Why is this, why is this, why is this, why is this, why is this? So sometimes it happens when you ask question and you are really curious to find it out. So this really makes me laugh because I'm happy. I like to see, to watch, and to design. And this was leading me to design the implant, to do this. Because, for me, to doing a life operation is like I'm doing ski. I'm happy. I come in the morning, I go to do the operation. My wife don't understand me. Why you don't go to the sea? Why? I said, no, this is what I like. And the same, when I go in factory and I see machinery and oil, I'm happy. It's like, for me, it's like a kids that have a lot of play, machinery, oil, microscope, electronic, operation. So this is what I do, and I hope that most of the doctor will enjoy when they're doing the treatment like I enjoy, so they will be happy in their life too. Okay, if you really want to know, and I think you mean for Nobel Active, the conical connection of Nobel Active. You know, we want the abutment to be very stable. So a conical connection gives us a very long way of stabilize the abutment to the implant, this one. Second is taking the stress and putting it down to the implant because we don't want the stress to be on the upper level. Conical connection, when we give you more surface, is good for biological sealing. So it's more nice biological sealing. And of course, it gives you a nice retention. And of course, when you design abutment, when you have external legs, all the abutment have to be more up. When you have the internal connection, you can make abutment with a very low profile. So you can make with platform shifting more easy. So I think that conical connection in internal legs is the future, and we see it, everybody love it. And it, of course, it gives you all those, what I say, stability, biological sealing, it's like hermetical sealing, you know, mechanical, taking all the stress down to the implant, and this is a very big advantage for implant dentistry. Okay, as I say before, that, and you see it on the first question that I give it to you, because the implant is stable, we know that the micro movement of abutment will interfere with the tissue, not only with the tissue, will interfere with the bone around it, because when you have micro movement, this is not good. It can create resorption, can have a place for bacteria, can have irritated of the gingiva. When we have the connection is very stable. And when the connection is very stable, you will see a very nice environment of the biologic, of the bone, of the gingiva, everything around it. And it's not only for this, it's for mechanical. Because if you have some movement on abutment of implant, something will break, or the abutment, or the screw, or the implant. So when you have a very good connection, that is good fixation, and you know, it's not only the screw is fixated the conical part of the abutment with the implant, so we have it's like one piece. And when you have bridge and we're chewing all the time, you can go to 400 kilogram. So a connection is very important for mechanical and of course for the integration of all the environment, the biologic environment around the implant. It's very important. Okay, if you ask me what is the indication, you know, if you look at the course, the lecture, the video that I give you, you see that Nobel Active indication is for everything. It's like you ask me if you have Ferrari or Mercedes-Benz, what is the indication? Of course, the indication of Ferrari is to go nicely, faster, or to do whatever you want. But still, you can go with the Ferrari nicely, very safety. Nobel Active is very similar. You can do normal treatment cases, any types of bone, any cases, with a lot of security because the implant is compensated for mistake of doctor. But if you're a trained doctor with a lot of knowledge and you know everything, this is wonderful for you because this will solve your life and this will make your life very interesting. Because it's like, let's say that you are driving Formula One and you get the best Formula One. So you are the doctor or the Schumacher because I give you the car. You do with the car whatever you want. So if I give you a normal Toyota, you can drive nicely. But if I give you a Ferrari, and you are talented and you know what to do, you can do whatever. And many doctors tell it to me, Ophir, thank you for this implant, really thank you, because I have more security, I have a very good stability, I can go for immediate loading, I can have nice aesthetic. This is Nobel Active. Nobel Active is the implant that gives you every possibilities. So if you're a beginner, if you are very well experienced, if you are a surgeon, if you whatever, it's really changed your life, it's really changed your clinic. You have to try it. When you try it, you will know what I'm talking about. And be careful, it's like drugs. You used to it at the beginning, the Nobel Active, it will be very difficult to go to another implant because when you get this security and you feel that you can do everything, it will be difficult. And you know, it reminds me of a story. I was driving a Mercedes, very old one, 10 years ago. And my wife said, come on, stop, you have the money, you have everything, change the car. I said, why? What is the difference, the new car and this car? Same. These have heater, these have this is a good Mercedes, then is buy a new one. But I said, you know what? I leave the old one, I buy a new one, and after this I said the new one, I show you. And she said, okay, I take the new one. First day, you say, oh, nice. Second day, it's beautiful. After 1 week, I said, my wife was right. We have to advance. Most of the implant today on the market was designed 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Can you drive a car of 30 years ago? You know, if you look at the thread of the Brennemark thread, it was wonderful. This is the same thread that you have in abutment. It's a mechanical thread. How it's possible to have a mechanical thread that you have bone that have cortical, sponges, hard sponges, soft sponges? You need a special thread for cortical, for sponges. You need, you need a protocol to know how to use it in hard bone, soft bone. This is Nobel Active. This is a Ferrari. This is an instrument of Formula One. You, doctor, will know how to use it better than me, and you will tell me, Ophir, because a lot of my students tell me, you know, we can do this and this. You know, we can do this and this. So it's open structure. You decide what you want, but it's good for everybody. So, you know, the question that you ask me if the 3 millimeter on the 3.5 is good for posterior area. I will not recommend to take 3 millimeter for posterior area. Anyway, even if we know, and I say it in the lecture, that the fatigue test of Nobel, the 4.3 Nobel Active, is 350 Newton. If you compare it to Brennemark external X, that is 180 Newton, it's 2 times stronger. It's 2 times stronger. So if it's 2 times stronger, it means that this implant is strong. And even if I take the 3 millimeter, the 3.5 millimeters, the 220, it means it's more strong for fatigue test than the Brennemark external X 375. But still, you know, we have to think about the mechanically. So if I want to go for molar, I prefer to take the 4.3. But if I have an area that is very thin and I have 3.5, not 1, many implant, there is no problem. So I think for every cases, we have to look. But as a clear indication, I will not say that the 3 millimeter is good for posterior. Of course, I prefer the 4.3. But if you have some case that you have, let's say I have 3-4 implant, the 3.5 is no problem for me, I can put it. But the indication, as the manufacturers say, is use the 4.3 and the 5 for a molar area, and use for lateral or for small places, use the 3.5. So for doctor, especially for beginner, it's better you do your judgment according the mastication is a big man, is a small woman, is a antagonist, is a prosthetic, whatever. So you have to choose everything. But as a clear indication, take the narrow implant for a narrow place with a limit stress to be there, even if they are stronger than the other. I think this, I didn't say the best one, but it's okay.
No, it's good. Okay, and you explained this already. I'll just say what the question was. Should a beginner use this implant or better suited for a more experienced implant clinician? And I know you covered that already.
Yes.
Do you want to expand on that in any way?
Yeah, I will cover it.
covered
No, we just give something in general. So, you know, in general, if you ask me about the implant, about Nobel Active, you know, I say to many people, and I have a nice story, because people ask me, why you come with this implant? Because I tell you frankly, before that I have many implants, it's worked very nice. Most of the implants that I design work nicely. So why you need Nobel Active? And you know, the question is I give when I go back to my car, but maybe another car. Let's say that you have a mountain, big mountain, it's foggy, it's raining, it's dangerous. And I give you a Mercedes, 30 years old, as I say. And I say, go to the mountain. Can you go? Of course you can go. Slowly, you look left, you look right, and you go there. But if I give you a new Mercedes or Ferrari, and I have anti-radar, anti-fog, GPS, special tire, special controlling system, special infrared system, you go to this mountain, foggy and raining, easy. Because you have a new machine that have all the facility around. This is Nobel Active. It gives you all the facility, all the security, it's stronger, it's condensed the bone, you can change the direction, it's stopping resorption, you have everything there. But, you know, many people say, no, it's like me, the car is good. It's a big mistake, especially when we work in implantology or in medicine, you know. We need to see. So I think it's an obligation for every doctor to try, and then if he says no good, then I say, okay. But if you don't try, And you just have rumors, so people tell you or you don't know. Oh, today is no problem because everybody say that it's beautiful implant. But in the beginning, it was difficult. What is this? It's funny. It's not look like normal implant. Well, why should I use it? It will break the bone. And now, after 5 years, I'm very happy. I'm very proud. Everybody says it's beautiful, it's the best implant in the world. It saved my clinic, it saved my life, it's making my life more easy. So I think that you need to try it. You can go to the rep cells, just put it on a model, fill it. Take 1 case, 2 cases. Ask Nobel guy, ask Nobel people to, just give you the set for trying. Give you 1 implant. You get the set, you don't buy the set, you just put 1 implant, and after this, call me personally. Please, call me personally and tell me what you feel about this implant. This is very important for me, because if you have good idea or something to improve, I will be happy to see. Because this implant is not only my implant, it's the implant of the people, because I get information from you, from there, from here, and then I put it together and I come with something. So we help each other. You give me idea, we can take the idea, and this is, as I say, this is the benefit of the patient. So what we need to think is how we have the benefit of the patient. And I say it before, I say to many dentists, if you treat your patient, think that he's your brother or your mother, and you solve all the problem. Because then you give him the best. Because I see some people, some doctors, and say, oh, he said, no, this implant is expensive. Why should I buy this implant? It's $100 more expensive than another implant. And I say to him, tell me, please, if you need to put an implant to your father, shall you take this which $100 more, or shall you take the other? Oh, no, if it's my father, I take this. And then I said to the other doctor, you have maybe a clone implant or an implant that costs you $100 or $150 less. And you take for your implant $700. So if you're a customer and come to me and say, okay, I give you this implant, it's a clone implant, it's not a Nobel Active or whatever, you pay $700. But if you want, you take $850. I give you the Nobel Biocare, I give you the Mercedes, the Ferrari. Most of the patient will tell you, give me the best one. You feel better because you give the best one, and everybody will enjoy. And I do it with some doctor, and then they come to me and say, yes, you're right. When I offer and I take only the different, because what the doctor do, oh, this implant is cost, it's not so expensive implant, I give it for $700. The other implant cost me $150 more, but I need to make profit of $600-700 more. So I give for the customer, this is $700, the other one $2,000. Of course you cannot sell it, but if you just take the different, and it's good for your image, because you like to give the best implant quality to your patient, and you can offer him, take this or take this. But not only take this. You need to check this implant, because this implant was designed and based with a special patent. Every diameter, every length have different angle. I designed this implant, every length, every diameter have difference inside, so it can work perfectly. And for a normal engineer, it's difficult to understand this design because it's not have a pattern. For a normal engineer, when you work with wood, with metal, you have a pattern. This, no. Because cortical, sponges, different lengths of the implant, different diameter, have to have different design to achieve what this implant achieves. You want to feel it? Please, try it, and then call me. And I will wish you a big success of using Nobel Active implant. I wish to see all of you in my courses, and let's make the world more nice, more beautiful, and especially give a nice treatment to people. And even let's do some charity implant. I do it. I do a lot of charity implants. I have many programs, and I wish all of you will do the same, and we will have a better world. Thank you very much. Oh, this is a good question. What is my hobby? So many. I even don't know where to start. First, I like to read books. Every books that you want. Second, I'm so curious that if I see, in national TV about everything, about patents, about the nature, about the stars, I'm there. You can see me there. Besides this, I love the sea. I do windsurf. I start now with the kite surfing. I'm not so good. I was drinking so much water, but I improve. I just succeed to do like 200 meters. So if you see me sometimes with sky surfing, drinking water, don't laugh because I will do it. I do scuba diving. I have a rifle. I go after fish. And I have the SAP, the new SAP, so you can go and you can surf. So I do it. In Tel Aviv, we have a very beautiful sea. You are welcome to Tel Aviv. You're welcome to Israel. It's a beautiful country. Nice beaches, nice, everything is nice there. So I do this, and I run a motorcycle. Yes, I was driving motorcycle for many, many years, I think 30 years. Before I have long hair until here with this one on the motorcycle. Now I become to be more nice, cut the hair and look more normal. And I have bicycle too, so I go with my sons. I have 2 sons, young sons, so we're driving a bicycle. And for me, every day is it's like a hobby. I go to different countries, I see different people. I love people. I love to see new people, whatever. So if I go to India or whatever, or to Mexico, whatever, for me, this is like a hobby. And I think the best hobby that I have is to design implant and to have all this, and of course all the other hobby that I say. So you're welcome to come with me. Let's doing some windsurf and enjoy the life. Thank you very much.
For more education programs, visit the Guide Institute at www.guidedental.com.